This is Good Chat, a conversation where Sunday truth meets our weekday lives.
It's been good talking to you. It's been good talking to
Cool. It was cool to hear all the stories and just like a glimpse of everything, because I went on the Utah trip and it's a lot happened, and so and it was all great stuff. But
Do you want to tell some stories of what happened?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Okay, so there we were, Salt Lake City Temple, Utah. Boom.
Coca-Cola
Surrounded, surrounded by Mormons.
Yeah.
Dude, so many people had blonde and bleached blonde hair. You know,
way.
the buzz cut. Like, that's the thing there. It's
Wait,
strange.
Bleach blonde and buzz cut?
Like, sorry, maybe not bleached blonde, but just bleached.
Yeah.
Bleached, buzz, some of the cheetah print. Like, every guy, like my age, like their hair was like that. It was
That's
strange.
crazy.
Sorry, distraction. So yeah, there we were in the temple, and not in the temple, but outside of it.
Yeah.
And like straight debating Mormon missionaries for like 30 minutes on end of like each person just, it was super cool. Like the students, I was very impressed. They would just go up to them and start asking questions. And there's so many different holes in their like foundations of beliefs of just the Mormon church and Joseph Smith. And like these guys were like, this guy's 70 years old and we're debating him in a way. And I would say our students won that debate just off like how he responded. It was awesome. It was super cool.
Dude.
And so there's many cool stories like that. 8 kids started throwing up, which was fun.
That's right.
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
The amount of throw up bags I had to clean was something. Put that in the fine print of my job description.
If you didn't feel like a high school pastor before, that is the initiation.
Yeah, it was
trial by vomit.
It was something. Yeah, and then we're driving across the desert on the way home, and I'm in the front seat driving, obviously, and to my right is a student. I'm not feeling good, Jamin. He starts throwing up. We got him a bag in time, but it's across the desert.
Dang, dude.
Good times. Good times. That was something. That happened.
I'm surprised no one brought that up on Sunday.
I know, me too. I was
like my faith was really tested when I started throwing up in a car.
Just throwing up my guts. Just but we don't know what started it.
No.
Some people thought it was Raising Cane's.
Oh,
but
man,
but everyone ate Raising Cane's, so I don't think it was that.
Yeah.
So it's kind of ruined my Raising Cane's experience. I don't go there anymore. But
so did you guys do like training for the kids prior to?
Yeah. So like basically 6 months leading up.
Yeah.
Like almost every weekend, we would have like classroom training of understanding kind of the culture of Utah and just how it got established and the whole Mormon roots in that.
Yeah.
Then we did trainings on like we kind of acted it out of like talking to a Mormon, as well as going over like VBS, because that was also a big part of it. Prepping that, getting decorations made. It was jungle themed, so cutting out a bunch of like leaves for the jungles and assigning jobs. So it was a lot of work that went into it beforehand, which a lot of people don't see. But yeah, and so it proved to be like worth it.
Yeah, man.
It was awesome.
Yeah. I mean, that's so intimidating coming in. Like, okay, defend your faith. Go up to anybody in the church. And a lot of them are going to be like, like, I don't really know how, you know. It's a very intimidating feat. So to have high schoolers do the train, like commit to the training, stick it out all the way through, and go into the field to do that.
And then come back being like, I want to go tell people about my faith and like talk to you. Like, that's it, right? Like, yes, let's go. It's working. So that was awesome. Super encouraging to see. But yeah.
And then 2 are planning on still going back out. Well, not the Utah,
Croatia.
but the Croatia trip.
Yeah, I don't think it's for sure, but they're thinking about doing like internship in Croatia. Which
dude, that's so cool.
Because they really need it over there.
That's so cool.
But yeah, missions is up my alley. I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So in the planning for that, is it a lot of it, like there's the student part and you wanting to just train them in the hope, like you said, of being able to come back and want to share their faith in general. And then there's the other side of witnessing and, you know, being the hands and feet of Jesus in a different place. How do you mix those two things together as you're planning one of these things? Or is it kind of like that's in God's hands for the most part? We equip and then we go out and then we watch God work.
Yeah, it's a lot of it. It's kind of both in a way. So like we equip and train, but you can't anticipate a conversation. How it's going to play out.
Yeah,
you can understand like the facts behind it. So that's what like a big thing is just understanding. Okay, what is true? Like what do they believe? What do we believe? like there's a lot of resources out there, which was super helpful.
Yeah.
But also not only just understanding facts, but how to communicate effectively. Of like, we're not just smashing them over the head with the Bible and be like, believe.
Right.
It's like, it's not it.
Yeah.
But just actually hearing, because they're people too. It's like, it's a big thing. It's like we get so caught up in, I'm going to convert them, rah. And then we forget that they're a person with their own story. We're jumping into chapter 10, but there's all these other chapters they've lived. And so we got to just try to see them where they're at. But that could be kind of hard though.
Yeah.
And so kind of just training the students in that. But it really is like, Paul talks about it, how the Holy Spirit will give you the words in the time of trial. And it's like, it was cool to see how the Holy Spirit just showed up and spoke through our students, spoke through myself. So it was really cool.
Yeah. I mean, it's like, if you really want to see the Holy Spirit work, go into the spaces where it's uncomfortable and you're going to be tested. Like,
it's like you have no other choice to rely on him. And he shows up.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
So, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, it's interesting. I think the fear often. So I've done some missions, like classic high school, a little bit of the like the leadership, like on just being,
Right.
the guide for kids as well in some of those spaces. And a lot of it was Mexico trips, and so it's like there's some piece of it that I understand where like where the fear comes from. On I don't want to be wrong about this,
Right.
Nor do I want to get stumped about anything.
Yeah, totally.
But it, like you said, like the biggest part of all this is most people change through connection. And that's what we're trying to push people towards, is not just right thinking, but connection with God and connection with us, and like building those relationships. And that's where God thrives, is in these relationships.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that was a big part of it, is like talking to these, Mormons, even the students at the VBS and just people in the community, but always want to like plug them back to the church itself to build those lasting relationships, because we're there for 2 weeks. We can get so caught up in like, oh, like God is working when we're here right now, but then he like leaves when we stop.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
It's like, so we got it. We're partnering with his mission. And so just keeping that mindset.
Yeah.
But yeah. So
So you're a big missions guy, as you said. Where did that come from? Where did that start?
it's a great question.
Thank you. It's probably hard to pinpoint. So you're welcome.
I mean, not really, actually. So it's a very interesting story. Out of high school, I was set to join the military. My goal was to be a Navy SEAL. That was my goal. Do something hard for the greater good. And then as I was getting ready to ship out, and I was doing a lot of training to even get into the pipeline itself, and I was just not at peace. Something was off in my heart, and I was like really searching God, like, what is going on? Like, people would ask me, how you feel about going to the military? I'm like, oh, I'm excited, let's go. But then I just wasn't at peace about it. Something was off. And so just seeking the Lord. And it was about 2 weeks before I was going to ship out.
Yeah.
And then I was just really on my knees, just crying before God, like, God, I need to know, because I'm about to leave for 6 years and do this. Is this what you want? And I was driving up to Auburn to house sit. I remember so clearly. It was July 21st, 2022. And I just felt the Holy Spirit speak to me like, this is not the path I have for you. Then in that moment, I had a flashback to a mission trip I went on years before. I went to Mexico. And I was like, where did that come from? That's like never been on my mind. I was like, all right, God, is this what you want me to do? I'm going to say yes and just be all in. And so I was in my car driving. I was like, yes, God, I'm going to do that. That's what you want. Like ministry and missions. And I was just such at peace. In that moment, it was like that peace that surpasses understanding that the Bible talks about. I just couldn't explain. I was just so at peace. I'm like, all right, I'm going to drop everything. I was years of training to get into this and like getting strong enough, passing the test. I'm like, I'm done. I'm going to pursue missions and ministry. That's kind of how it started. And here I am doing that. It's pretty cool how God has opened the doors.
Yeah, man.
That's just a little quick summary of that. But
Has there, and maybe it was already like it existed prior to that, but I'm sure like through the process of actually doing missions, going to missions, planning missions, connecting with people and all this, there's been probably a tenderizing of your heart towards people as well through that process, right?
Yeah.
Because like you said, we're not going to beat you over the head with the Bible. We're here to be with you, you know?
Yeah.
Like, do you have any like stories around what that looks like, how God has sort of used people and opened your eyes to like see them where they're at?
First off, like I recommend everyone go to a third world country at least once in your life. Even if you're not like, I want to do missions, but like do it, because it'll open your eyes so much to, for one, people, but just life in general. But crazy one. I met a guy in Cambodia. So you gotta understand the history of Cambodia to understand this guy. But there was a mass genocide at the end of the Vietnam War. It's called by the Khmer Rouge. So Vietnam was happening. There was a lot of fighting, and then these people came like, we'll help you Cambodians out who were kind of caught in the middle. And so it's the Khmer Rouge is called. And so they're like, we're going to help you. Everyone get out of the city, follow us. We'll kind of lead you to freedom in a way.
Yeah.
So people like hopped on that, and they were walking out of their town, and then they just started like killing people. And it's rough. It's terrible history. I recommend though looking into it because I didn't get taught about it at all. And
Sure. Yeah, this
high
is
school.
my first time hearing about it too.
And, yeah, a quarter of the population died. It was
Oh
like
my gosh.
4 million, 3 to 4 million.
Dude, that's insane.
So I went to Cambodia, learned all that history. I went to the museums of like the killing fields and like just terrible stories. It was like the Holocaust of Asia.
Seriously.
And it was in the 70s. But I say that because I met a guy who worked, because it was in the 70s, it like people are still alive that lived through that. Part of my mission team, they fled during that time. Crazy. Like they have crazy stories of like seeing family literally die right in front of them. Like remarkable. But then you talk to them and they're the most joyful people. It's like, it's crazy just how God works. But there was this guy I met who was a former like bodyguard for basically the Hitler of that regime. So his name was Pol Pot. So he was a bodyguard for him. So I met him, shook his hand. He authorized the killing of probably thousands of people. Like crazy. But then at the end of the war, he was like, okay, our like power is getting overthrown by like the good people, let's say the good guys. And so he fled to Thailand. In Thailand, his wife accepted Christ in a refugee camp.
Yeah.
But he was all against it. He was like just hating on her. He would like beat her for it. He was he was a ruthless person. Like he killed thousands. Like he was terrible.
Yeah.
But God was working in her heart, and then he just eventually kept going to these services because his wife would invite him despite how terrible she was being treated. And then God kept planting seeds, and eventually he accepted Christ. Fast forward, he becomes a pastor.
Got them chilies, baby.
Yeah, right.
Oh my gosh.
Crazy. He becomes a pastor. And fast forward more, I get to meet this guy, shake his hand, and it's crazy, like the things he's gone through, and like he shared a story of like living with the guilt of what he's done, and just like how the devil uses that to haunt him so much.
Yeah.
Because he did some terrible things, like, but the fact that there's freedom in Christ. And so just to see that, like, no self-help book is going to change someone like that. No,
no one wrote a manual.
Yeah, literally, mass
So
murderer.
you're a former mass murderer.
Literally. And then what's crazy is I saw, he showed me, or a missionary showed me a picture of him, like, playing an instrument with his new best friend, which was a former person, like, that he was persecuting. But they became friends and both became pastors.
Yeah.
Crazy. Dude. So that's just, like, one story, but, like how... For one, it's like, man, for me to open my eyes, it's like, man, no one's too far gone. Like, no one, like, anyone can be saved. Anyone can be transformed. Who am I to, like, judge someone? Who am I to judge their heart just off their past?
Yeah.
So that was, like, a crazy, like, wow. Like,
dude, that's insane.
Yeah, I'm listening to the story of this guy. I'm, like, in tears. I'm like, this is remarkable.
Yeah, man, I was about to cry.
Yeah,
I was like, keep it together, Mark. Keep it together.
It's crazy. That's just one of them. But, man, I've met people from all over, like, Africa. I'm about to go to the Middle East here soon, and like just like the stories of how God works. Yeah, like it's crazy. So cool.
Yeah. I know there's so many people who like we laugh when we talk about the Mormons sometimes, just because there's some jokes, and part of it's because we see like some irrationality in the belief system and all this kind of stuff. Yeah. And I know for some people they have like hard relationships with the Mormon church, and so it's very hard to like approach it. Like there's some disdain, in fact. Yeah. And so to be called into, like, if you were that person and then to be called to go and speak to them as well, I know like it's very difficult because there are like, even if this person wasn't the person to hurt you, it's the thing that they stand for. I mean, right. Take your pick. There's going to be someone who feels that way about something. Yeah. But it's only by Jesus. It is only by Jesus that you enter into that space and you see what he's actually doing. Right. And when you see the redemption of your enemy, that shifts you fundamentally too.
It's like, I don't know, it's so easy for us to be like, oh man, why don't they just convert and change? Like it's so obvious for us. Yeah. But for them, they like, and this is with a lot of religions too. It's like, Muslim or even Hindu or Mormon, if you give up that religion that you're tied to with your whole family and your generations and just life, it's like you're giving up so much.
Well, the Mormon Church excommunicates
exactly,
you. Yeah,
and like you were kind of ridiculed for leaving, and so it's like to kind of take a step back and be like, okay, why aren't they converting? It just makes so much sense. Like, well, no, there's a lot more just deep ties to that. And so it's really just giving it to God and be like, God, we're planting seeds, like just water them, please water them. And so, and just seeing how the fruit plays out.
Yeah, man. I feel like this is everyone. I agree. Everyone needs to go on mission. Everyone needs to go third world, if not even third world, just somewhere that's different than where you're at.
100% out of the American bubble.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, even just if you need to start soft, your state bubble, like
for sure.
Like there is just cultural norms, even just state by state. But like looking around at just people who are right next to us and all this, all this exists there too.
Yeah,
and all of it is the same call of.
Definitely.
Go and connect with these people. Go know these people. I care about these people, and I want you to speak to them.
Yeah.
And then hear those stories as well, and understand that even if you heard the worst story of all, that's something that God's redeeming, and that He wants to redeem. Yeah. And so it's like you get to play a role in being the hands and feet to show that redemption that's there for them. That He'll.
Yeah, and it's like we can get so caught up in we got to go overseas, we got to do this and that. It's like it starts here. How are you going to be on a mission over there if you're not even doing it here? And so that's why I try to tell the students in high school ministry, it's like you want to go on these Croatia mission project, Utah, or even doing that right now. Like how can you say I'm going to go be effective over there when you're not even effective here? And so it's just constantly looking for opportunities. How can I be on mission? What does that look like?
So I say this often, I'm a very introverted person. It's very true. I could lock myself in my office for most of the day if I wanted to. I know it's not good for me. And I also know like I care about all these people too. Like that's the fun dichotomy I work with.
Right.
But someone, when you think about, well, how do I like find an opportunity in my day-to-day life? How do I actually like look for this thing? Is it my coworker? Is there, because there's the HR things that can happen in there too. I understand like the complexity around that. But someone pointed out to me, like, are there just like little weird out of the ordinary moments that just happen? Like, is like for us, the parking lot, there's people coming in and out all the time. And then sometimes if it's just me here, like in the morning or later, every once in a while, someone just parks there and they're sitting there for a little while. And it's like, this is weird. Like, why? I wonder why they're here. Right. And sometimes they'll just like stare. Like, who are you?
Yeah.
And those are the moments that are like the weird little, like, who is this? Like, why is it just me and you right here, right now? Or you're on the bus, like, and I'm sitting next to somebody. And it's just there's some reason why we're connected in this moment here, and it could very well be for your car broke down or you're just waiting for somebody. But that is an opportunity right there to connect with people. Yeah. As an introvert, especially, is like, this is unique. I'm going to jump into it,
sure.
And it's fun because it pushes you out, but it also just gives you eyes. Just for the moments, like at least just grab one single moment in your week of here it is. I'm going to talk to this person. This is the time I'm going to do it.
Right.
I'm getting food and I'm in line and we're all just kind of waiting for our food. Here we go.
Yeah. And for some people, it's easier, like you're saying, like someone's harder for like introverts. But the reality is, like, God called us, like, go make disciples. And so that can look like a lot of things, or, but yeah, it's just like looking for the little opportunities. For me, it's like, I just pray, like, God, just give me one person today, just one that I can talk to who's I haven't met before. And sometimes there is that person and sometimes there's not, but just like active. Yeah, I think it comes down to intentionality. Just like, I'm gonna be intentional to not think about myself and like look for people to talk to.
Oh, dude,
which is hard though.
Phil was talking about this. He has his high school reunion coming up. He's like, dude, do you know how fertile of ground that is for spreading the gospel?
Right.
Like when people come up and talk to you, like, so what do you do now? And it's like, well, I'm a pastor. And they're like, you are a pastor?
Right.
And it's like, that is the connecting moment where it's like, I get to talk about Jesus right now with people.
Yeah.
And why I do the thing that I do. You know, like people also are. Lots of people are intrigued by, you're a pastor not trying to make millions of dollars right now. Instead, you're just choosing a life to make some sum for the, higher purpose. Crazy. Tell me about that.
Yeah, I think It's what I've noticed working at a church and like going to Bible school, because people always ask you, what do you do for work? What do you like? Oh, I go to school. Where do you go to school? A Bible school.
Yeah.
Where do you work? At a church. It's like instantly we're talking about Jesus and faith.
Yeah, man.
So I feel like it's a little like cheating. It's a little easier.
Oh, for sure. But use those cheat codes. Who cares?
100%. And so it's like for other people, it's like, okay, how do I, in a effective way, incorporate the gospel, incorporate my faith? Maybe it's even like just God bless you at the end of the conversation, or can I pray for you, or little things like that.
My brother-in-law has employed the he's stopped asking what people do. Like, jobs are cool, and there's a reason why people choose the jobs, but often like there's just I just kind of found myself in this job. I needed to make money. And so he likes to ask the questions of like, what are you most into? Like, what's the most interesting thing that you enjoy, whether people would like it or not, like just engaging people's passions at that point. Because the conversation comes back around with like, what do you like super care about? Let me tell you,
That's genius.
Like, I super care about Jesus and love being in the church and the community. And, my life was just changed from that. So it's like being a creative, like engager in those moments super helps.
I think it's, Paul talks about become all things for the sake of the gospel. Like, man, they don't understand it. I'm going to relate to them on their level and try to hear them out. And so it's genius. I'm going to use that.
I've used that to justify my several interests and hobbies and stuff, like getting into just a lot of things, because it opens the door to understanding so much more and connecting with people so much more too. Yeah. And just getting to do a bunch of fun stuff is also fun. So that's great.
Yeah. I wonder what Paul's hobby was.
Yeah, me too. I don't know. That's a good question. Maybe not everybody had a lot of hobbies, but I don't know. So, like, one of the last things I wanted to talk about, there's the call, there's the going, there's the call on all of us to be able to do it. But then there's also the unique aspect to what you guys do, which is you have to find a way to pay for getting there and doing that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And that's always a fun topic to have with people. Or, like what is the most helpful means for people to seek fundraising for that, how would you ask somebody to get involved in supporting missionaries and doing that kind of stuff?
Yeah. It is weird because it's like, I gotta be a salesman right now. I gotta
and like that's not what you're trying to do.
Yeah. But I think a really good perspective is we're all called to go make disciples. Acts 1:8, like Matthew 28 as well. But we're all called to go. And so, but not everyone can actually go. And so I like to give the perspective of we're all called to go and be obedient to God's commands. That for you can look like giving, because you are helping people go. You are equipping, you are like sending people. And so I think Doug made a good point of that in his reference to the Romans passage at the end there. Like, how would they go if no one sends them? So I think when it comes to asking for support, it's like you are partaking in the Great Commission when you do this and being obedient to God, the creator of all things, his commands. But it is weird though. It's like, can you give me money, please? It's like, but it's just the perspective of you are giving for an investment for the kingdom.
Yeah,
and so
absolutely.
Like when, we do our mission trips in the summer, it's just like, your money's going to eternal impact. It's like a direct, whether it's in the students going or the people we're ministering to. It is direct impact. So
is there anything else besides money that can be given that's like supportive and helpful for you guys doing missions?
Prayer for sure. Give us your prayer. Prayer 100%. But also like we really appreciate when people come up and ask us the stories and like want to know more, and so just your time to just listen and be open to that. But also like we're super open to resources, like if they want to if they have any ideas and different things. But I mean, there's a lot of ways you can be
even just like a snack for the flight or something.
100%. Yeah, little things like that too. Taking a student to coffee and talking about it with them, like those things make a big impact.
Absolutely.
Just being present. So,
dude. Well, I am always open to having a good chat with you about missions whenever you want.
Heck yeah.
So you let me know.
All right. Sweet.
All right. Good chat, bro.
Good chat.
Good Chat is a podcast by Foothills Church located in Cameron Park, California. For more information about our church, visit foothillscp.org. Thanks for listening.